at Comic Kings. Day 1 of 2. Today, we're going to Comic Kings. And then I'm going to hang out with a friend. So, unfortunately, we're splitting our comic stuff in 2 days. Still getting a video. It's just coming out Thursday night. You probably know that. You're watching it.
Yeah, unfortunately, just can't get my box today.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting it tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna do Comic Kings today, hang out with a friend, and then tomorrow we're going to Local Heroes
and hanging out with a friend.
Hanging out with JT.
Yeah, it's a friend.
Hang out with my boyfriend. But yeah, we're going on adventures. You might get to see them. All right, let's get out of the car. We're going home. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that besides the transition, that was a pretty okay, we're going to the store. Here I am a day later kind of transition, but hey. Anyways, so I'm going to show you what I got from Comic Kings yesterday since I completely failed to make one of those last night. I decided I'll do a video tomorrow, it'll be fine, and recorded absolutely nothing today. But here I am, recording now. Because I remembered I hadn't edited anything, and I remembered, there's not really much to edit besides about 4 minutes of me sitting in the car going, we're going into the store, we're going home, and that's it. So, what I got from Comic Kings yesterday is a very, very cool cover from Wade Wilson Deadpool, issue number 7, I believe? Yeah, 7. Look at this freaking cover. Whoa. It's on the back of Deadpool. It's beautiful. On sale September. I will definitely be getting that cover because this is just sick. It's beautiful. Anyways, I am so excited for this one. Issue 7 of Mark Spector's Moon Knight. I recently did a a month ago, I recently read through every single one of Mark Spector's Moon Knight because I read issue 1 and then I just kind of stopped reading it because I had a lot of stuff that I was also interested in reading that was more, I guess, relevant to what I was reading. So I ended up binging all of Moon Knight, and I actually really liked it. I don't know if it's true to the character because I don't really know much about Moon Knight besides like memes I've seen online, but I love it. I think it's really, really interesting. And honestly, I need to do this for Iron Man because I haven't read Iron Man since issue 3, I think. But I have issue 8 of Iron Man. It says and Whiplash, so exciting. And so far, every single Marvel has had this on the back cover. I think they want us to buy the 1000th issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I got issue 1 of the Omega book by Mad Cave. This seems pretty interesting, and usually for like smaller, I guess, smaller piles on the table, there's typically a bunch of like issue 1s from like Mad Cave or Dark Horse, and I'll flip through them to see if I'm like interested in reading, and I found a couple that I was. One of them actually being from Dark Horse, which is issue 1 of the Smart Division. I will say that the cover definitely swayed me into getting this. Anything with like the justice system statue, it's so interesting to me. I love any like representation of that specific like justice symbol of the scales and the feather and the weight. I think they're just really visually interesting, honestly. So that caught my attention. And then I have issue 1 of, I believe it's Chachu? I could be wrong, but that's how I feel like it's probably pronounced. Maybe I'll look that up later. Either way, I also got 2 monthlies that they had stacked up. One for Dark Horse, which is the monthly August 2026 catalog, which is about the size of a regular single. And then this huge IDW one, monthly catalog. This one's for July, though. still, the cover was really, really beautiful, and I thought it was cool. Anyways, that's what I ended up getting for. Is it my skirt? Yeah, it's my skirt. That's what I ended up getting from Comic Kings yesterday. I also got a Pokemon card and a pack of Godzilla cards. But honestly, I can just show those another time. Um, I'm thinking of doing like a more card related video because I have a lot of cards that I'd like to show. But I feel like this kind of layout is really hard for that kind of like focus for such a small card. It's like, look, there it is. And you guys are just at your TVs or your phones or something. It's just like, huh, I wish I could see that card. But I mean, I'll probably end up doing more of a like hands-on card video at some point. Specifically of like my Godzilla ones or my Pokemon ones, just because the collections I've got, I'm pretty proud of so far. But anyways, yeah, I'll show those later in a different video. This has been in my box for quite a minute. It was a $7.99 one, so I just like kept pushing it back because I was like, I'd rather get this issue first. So I don't really remember how many weeks ago this was. I think it was probably 2 weeks ago this came out. But I believe this is supposed to say New Foundations, or I don't know. It's like an E rotated a couple times, and then the word Foundations. E Foundations? I don't know why I think it says new. Maybe it's because it's like EW. It kind of looks like a W. I'm not sure what the beginning part is supposed to say. Oh, wait, hang on. Maybe it's just a symbol. Oh, wait, no. 3w3m.com. 3w3m is Mike Del Mundo, Jonathan Hickman, Mike Huddleston, and Nick Spencer. Oh, okay. So it's 3w3m, which is a really interesting looking symbol in front of the title, which is Foundations. It explains it on the back. Good for me, because I was very confused. I do see the names on the front, but I wouldn't have guessed that it was a like an abbreviation. But I guess they do also have a website, which is 3w3m.com. Cool. That's really sick. Ooh, I also have like a QR code. Please tell me that's music. Oh, it's art, community events, engage with creators. Sick. Okay, I should probably not look at the back or flip through it. I'm just really excited because it looks visually so appealing. And it's a different size than I'm used to, which now that I'm thinking about it, I don't have a bag and board for this. I don't even know what size this would be. I guess I could bring it back to Local Heroes and ask them. But anyways, I got that from Local Heroes, and I'm pretty excited to read it. I think it looks really interesting. These two I was going to get last week, but I wanted to split up mostly between paychecks of the comics I was getting. So I got one of the 3 issue covers that I wanted of the horror of Godzilla. I surprisingly didn't read it. I have been too excited over a bunch of other stuff. Not comic related, but I've had a lot of social outings recently, or I'm planning a lot of social outings. I had one yesterday, I had one today. I've got a date on Saturday. All this fun stuff that has been distracting me from my reading, my socialization. But anyways, these covers are totally wall worthy. They're just beautiful. I mean, look at the colors, the like the ooziness of it. It's so beautiful. It's just like he's gonna get that boat, man. He's gonna get it. And this one, just beautiful. It's so striking, you know? I'm also very excited to be diving back into the Kaisei era. I am loving what's coming out, and I've been begging my boyfriend to read it, and he's finally starting to read some. He's going to start with Dead Zone. Yes, which is my favorite. I'm super excited for it. I think he's going to read Dead Zone, Godzilla, And then I also gave him a Mothra comic, which isn't part of the Kaisei era. It's just like a standalone. I believe it's standalone Mothra comic. And Starship, I'm not too worried about him reading Starship right now. I do have stuff I want to talk about, but I feel like Godzilla and Dead Zone are so much more like meaty as far as like Godzilla stuff. I feel like Starship does definitely have a lot of Godzilla stuff. It's more interpersonal, and I do love interpersonal stuff. That's why I loved reading it. But it's not something that I'm like excited for him to read in particular. It's just like, yeah, I'd like you to know what's going on, so I can just bring it up in casual conversation when I'm talking about comics. But I really, really, really want somebody to talk to about Dead Zone specifically. Godzilla too, because they're doing amazing, amazing stuff in those comics. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling about how much I love the Kaisei area and Godzilla, I promise. I do only have 2 more issues to show you, which is issue 5 of Royals, which is, I'm really liking the like monochrome or like very little amount of color that they have in some of these covers. But like red and yellow, it looks really nice. And on the opposing end, I really like how complicated, or at least semi-complicated, Dead Teenagers comic covers are. This is issue number 5. And also, there is a comic that I debated on getting called Fort Psycho, and there's an advertisement for it on the back. But as far as my shout out of the week, it's actually going to be a trade, which is, I believe, is Isola, or maybe Isola? Isola? I don't know. I think it's Isola. I could be wrong. But it is a trade I picked up in the half off section at Local Heroes, which I was mainly just intrigued by the very beautiful blue tiger in the back and in the front cover. I just thought it was really pretty. Slight spoilers, I suppose. But it is a, like, sort of queer. I mean, it's queer relationship between, I believe, more of a situationship, to be honest, or at least like more hintings of a relationship between a queen and their I wouldn't say, I guess like head guard, protectant, somebody that's like standing at their door protecting them. But it goes through like this whole beautiful magical like scenery, and there's so much like like opposing forces between like who gets the queen, where is the queen, like people think she's missing, and she turned into like this beautiful tiger creature, and there appears to be a lot of like animal creatures here as well, which are like very vaguely just like kind of touched on and not really explained. I kind of like it. It's really, really interesting, and I liked it for just, I really like how they drew the tiger. It's like a small detail, but I really like tigers. I think they're so adorable, and they're orange. I love them. Out of like all the big cats, they're probably my favorite. It's either tigers or cheetahs, but I love them both. Um, but yeah, anything with tigers, I'm just like, ooh, I'm more interested than I was before. And it was very magical and very like reminiscent of like D&D comics that I like. And yeah, I mean, if you like lesbian night drama, this is your book, honestly. I believe there's a second trade. I'm gonna look later on, but if there's a second trade, I'm getting it, and I'm definitely reading it. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't really have I don't have terribly too much for this week, but those are my comics. I'm gonna bag and board what I can, and yeah, I'm gonna edit this video and get it out there for you because I think it's around 8 p.m. And takes me a minute to edit. So yeah, goodbye, my critters. Usually, if I see Solomon's name under a comic, I'm just like, 100%. Yep, because like every recommendation he's given me so far, yeah, so banger after so banger after banger. Yeah, like they're like this indecisive. Solomon's other. It's like he's indecisive, but it's for a good reason. Did you show the bug?
That's what you get for being gay.
Send me some. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Dude, my boyfriend just shook his butt in my room. If I do, only a little. Is this a poster? Holy fuck! Hang on.